Konnichiwa, minasan. Zetas here of MagickDream Creations. I got somebody here with me. I got Mr. Manager, Orgy.
Hi, guys.
We're both decided to do something a little different and new on the channel, and so we're deciding to do a podcast. And what entitles in this podcast is we're going to talk about, the things that make us have nerd outs and everything. So anything from anime, video games, TV series. We're going to start basically off of anime for a bit until we can flesh this out more and kind of get used to doing the podcasts. So, yeah, all fun times to be had here. New content, almost, and then we're going to have it uploaded every Friday. Not really going to have a set time, it's just sometime on Friday until we can get everything all squared out, ironed out, and ready to go. Without further ado, we're going to do 2 animes in each episode for the podcast. Oh, and the name of our podcast is going to be Nocturnal Nerds. So, just because, well, we're both pretty much night owls and we're nerds. So, it just fit. So, let's get this started. Our first anime out of the 2 is Inuyasha. Now, with Inuyasha, here's a little synopsis for it. It's a feudal fairy tale. Basically, girl goes back into feudal Japan. It was called Sengoku Jidai. And she meets the half-demon boy, Inuyasha, who the title is, his name is in the title, of course. So you know who the main characters are. And basically, they go through this whole entire journey of going across all over medieval Japan trying to find the Shikan no Tamo, or the Shikan Jewel. And they meet friends along the way, fight lots of demons, and humans too, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And just all kinds of action to be had, and romance, and a little comedy. So, what did you think of Inuyasha? When I know that I made you watch it because you were intrigued by the storyline that I was telling you about it. How would you describe your life for it?
It was very different to me. It started off kind of slow, and then as it progressed, it got more and more interesting. The storyline is, like I said, at first kind of slow, but it gets captivating. The action, it comes. And then it gets dark, and that's where I got really hooked.
Really hooked into the dark part of it, huh?
Yes.
So what did you not like about the series?
There was a lot of feel.
All the feelings?
The fillers.
Oh, the fillers. Okay, I thought you said feel as in emotions.
No, I meant the fillers.
Where it wasn't quite the story.
Right.
Progression episodes, yeah. I can understand that one.
It was my first experience on fillers. Then I got into Bleach, and it's not as bad as Bleach, but it has a lot of fillers. And that one, this one, it didn't take me away, but I was just like, alright, I gotta keep up with it and follow. You gotta really follow along with it.
Oh, yeah. Because, if you miss, like, an essential episode, you're screwed.
Yeah, you are. You are screwed.
Oh, yeah, disclaimer for you guys. Orgy cusses like a sailor, so this is gonna be very uncensored. There will be times where I'll cuss, so, it's gonna be quite different than from all my other videos that I have on this channel.
I can't help it. I try not to.
It just
flows.
Happens. Now, a little tidbit on I think I told you this whenever we were watching Ayame, the wolf girl. She is anime exclusive. She was not in the manga at all.
And just for future reference, I haven't read any manga. I know I'll probably get flack for that, but I haven't read any manga.
And it's a lot of the animes that we have seen, the manga's better than the anime.
And so I've been told.
Yeah. I'm the manga connoisseur of this whole partnership here.
Yes.
Now, what I liked about the anime a lot was the whole fact that it had the feeling episodes, that you fell in love with characters, that
Yes.
there were characters you absolutely hated,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a good pace to it. I was a little about the timeline thing, because, time travel is a bit iffy to play
right.
around with.
It is kind of hard to...
Because then you're going, well, if she does this in the past, doesn't that affect her future? And it's the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
It really, I can't, it will not wrap around in my head of, okay, she did this, it should affect this in the future. And I had to stop over analyzing it. And the one thing that I didn't like was that many people said that it was Inuyasha for girls. That was like a quick, here, watch this anime, it's Inuyasha for girls. Or, no, it's DBZ for girls.
Right.
That's what I meant. And
I didn't
kinda?
get that feel like it was DBZ for girls. I had watched Dragon Ball Z DBZ before I watched this, and I didn't get that feel that it was Dragon Ball Z for girls.
Yeah.
I knew many females who watched DBZ and who really loved DBZ.
Oh, yeah.
And
Myself
then
included on that one.
I knew females who watched Inuyasha, but I knew a lot of guys who liked Inuyasha.
Yeah.
And I was always told it was like for kids. So I was
and
kind of
it is
skeptical.
so not
yeah,
for
and it's
kids.
not. It's really not.
Because when it came over here, it aired on Adult Swim.
Right.
And it was like one of the earlier shows of the Adult Swim section of Cartoon Network. And yeah, I mean, because there's cussing, there's blood, there's
Right.
sometimes nudity. It's one of those, so not for kids.
Right. Yeah, once I watched it, I had a better understanding that, it's not strictly for kids.
No. It's definitely not a kiddie show. Like, if you compare Inuyasha to Pokemon, Digimon, which are kids shows,
Right.
completely different.
And seeing, I watched both of those, and it was not...
different feel.
Yeah, total different feel.
I mean,
it starts off that way, but
yeah, but it is nope.
no.
Nope. Now, art style of it, I really liked. Now, we're not going to go into the movies because we're going to save those for later on podcasts.
Much later on.
But the art style of it, you can, as you're watching the seasons, because there's like 8 or 9 seasons of Inuyasha, and we're not including Final Act either because that's a whole separate monster on its own, even though it's like only a few episodes. But
We've had many discussions on the Final Act.
Yeah,
We'll save that for
we're
a
gonna
later
save that
date.
one for later. But the main nitty gritty of Inuyasha is it had several arcs. It had several. This is going to be the bad guy, but you had the overall bad guy that was Naraku.
Yeah.
Or / Onigumo.
Right.
Depending on which part of him they were freaking fighting.
Right.
And so you had that whole, there was different arcs of different villains and different groups and everything. And you can watch from the very beginning of it to the very end of the whole series where the art style changes.
Yeah.
It's like they got used to animating the characters and it became more fluid, became more vivid and just...
It came to life.
Yeah, because they had been working on it for so long.
Yeah, trial and error, I think, was what comes into that. They started off and produced it, and then the meat and potatoes just became even richer and thicker as they went on and on.
And I'm not, they have this, I didn't really go into detail about this with you, they have the sub and dub wars going on.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like subtitles more? Do you like dubbed English versions more? I don't care.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't care.
I will watch it either or. And Inuyasha is one of those, I don't mind watching it in subtitles, or I don't mind watching it in the dubbed version, because the voice actors were amazing for both.
I'm used to watching foreign films, so...
Subtitles don't bother you.
They don't bother me.
And so, but I know the one thing that you and I can both agree on we can't do is switching back and forth between English or Japanese.
Right.
Which, I'm forewarning you now, there's going to be changes in voice actors and changes in going from English to Japanese with Sayuki, since I'm currently having him watch Sayuki. So, and that was, you know, licensing.
Right. It makes it difficult for me, especially when I get used to a way
Set voices.
Right, a character sounds, and you go and change it up. I have a tendency to watch it, but my mind's going somewhere else.
And I mean, and the voice actors themselves were like, okay, if you really, we're glad that we got to do this for you guys. And this was during a little interview in Requiem, the movie. They were like, we were glad to be able to do this for you guys. We're sad that we're not going to be able to do the rest of the series for you. And they said, if you would prefer to have the same set of voice actors, watch it in Japanese.
Right.
I mean, that was coming from the English voice actors that were original voices for those characters. And I was like, whoa, well, that's something. But back on the topic of Inuyasha here, we're going to go over who our favorite is first. We'll bounce back and forth between those, because some of the times in the animes that we've learned, we have favorites that are the similar.
Yes.
And then we have favorites that may not be the favorite of the other party. So, who was your favorite in Inuyasha? Or
Mine, I have to go with the bad guy, Naraku. Yes.
Really?
Yes. He was a pretty awesome bad guy.
Oh God, for how long he went, and it's like every step of the way he had some new plan to just screw with them.
I've made this reference before, but he was like the Energizer Bunny. He just kept going and going, and every time they tried to kill him, he came right back. And he always had an ace up his sleeve.
Always, up until the very end.
Till the very end, yeah.
Wow. And it's crazy because his main purpose was to turn the Shikon Jewel dark.
Yes.
And become, because he's the funny thing is that you have the demons, the humans, and half demons, and Naraku was half demon. I mean, he wasn't birthed from a demon and human parentage. No, he was created as a half demon.
Yeah.
Which was really odd in even of itself. It's
It
like
put
he
a
sold
new
his
twist
soul.
on it.
Yeah, he sold his soul to the devils.
Yes.
By letting them eat him.
And that's kind of sort of why I became attracted to him.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
And you always had this, I have this suave, I've got this in the palm of my hands, it is all mine.
Yep.
Whole thing. Alright.
Who was your favorite?
My favorite was the Shomaru, Inuyasha's half-brother. And it was mainly because A, his voice is hot. B, it was the way that he treated Inuyasha. I know, like, in the very beginning of it, he treated him like dog shit.
Yeah.
You know, pun intended on that one.
Right.
Because they're both dog demon, but whatever. But it was more of, it was like tough brotherly love throughout the rest of the series of, I'm going to beat you into getting better.
Right.
I'm going to prove to you that you can do this. And, like, whenever Inuyasha went demon, he's like, this is not what you're meant to be. Know your place.
Right.
And it's one of those, whoa. In a way, Sesshomaru cares in his own little, sense. He showed the affection in his own little way. And he changed even further with Jockin and Ren.
See,
even Ren, big time.
On the conversations that we've had, I felt that Sesshomaru at first was going to try and kill Inuyasha and obliterate him. But after Jockin and Ren and spending time with those, he had not like a change of heart, a different plan. And that was, yes, you're my brother, and it's not that I'm going to kill you. I'm not going to help you, but you need to be able to survive on your own.
It was that tough love.
Yeah. And here's the reality smack that, hey, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
If you keep going on the path that you're going, you ain't going to survive.
Yep. So those are our two favorites. Now we're going to go on to who we hated in the series. So, Orgi, you start this off. Who did you hate?
I hated, without a shadow of a doubt, Kagura.
Aw, you hated the wind sorceress.
Yes. I felt that without her, they could have put somebody else into that place, and it would have been just fine. I felt that character didn't play a big part and didn't play a big role, and she was very much of an annoyance to me.
Yeah, because the only shining, really big aspect that she did was whenever she killed the Wolf Clan of Kogas and framed it on Inuyasha.
Right.
That was it.
That was it.
Other than that, she's been, I want to be free of Naraku the entire time.
Right.
I'm falling in love with Sesshomaru the entire time.
She was popping in and out and really not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, she was basically Naraku's lapdog. That
Right.
was about it.
An annoyance.
Yeah.
And I felt really attached that she was fucking annoying.
Gotcha.
And I would also add in slash here Kagome's name, just her name, because God, she was just all throughout the whole fucking series. You just heard her name.
Kagome. You could turn Inuyasha. Okay, there have been like the whole Inuyasha drinking games.
Yeah.
And I've seen those posts, and I can't, I get drunk thinking about it, because if you do that game, you end up with, like, alcohol poisoning, or worse.
Especially off our just
her
Kagome.
name. It's just like, oh dear God, that's just nasty.
Yeah. Is it's mentioned
Almost
god-awfully amount.
every episode. Almost
Yes.
every episode, I believe.
If not once, twice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I didn't keep track of how many times it was mentioned, but I know a good high number.
Yeah.
Oh dear God. And I got so tired of hearing her name.
Just her name. You didn't mind the character.
I didn't
it was
mind
her
the
name.
character. It was just her name. Who was your dislike?
Oh God, I have this deep, and I know there's fans of her out there. I know there's fans of everybody out there, but my deep-seated hatred goes for Kikyo. I hated her so bad because she wouldn't stay dead. And her sole purpose was to drag Inuyasha back to hell, or drag him to hell with her, so she could be with him for eternity.
Right.
And blah blah blah.
That's another one
She could
that
just.
her name was mentioned a lot towards the end.
Yeah, and I mean, and I can understand why I hated her so much, is because she was the embodiment of hate whenever she was brought back to life with Kagome and the witch, and it just. She grates on my nerves. She really does, because she just doesn't stay dead. And Kagome does never help with that fact. Kagome kept saving her left and right because Kagome knew Inuyasha loved her.
Right.
And it was just one of those, would the bitch just die and not come back ever again? For the love of God.
And then there she is again.
I was like, I swear to God, if this episode has Kiki, there she is.
There's Kiki.
I already hate this episode because Kikyo was right there. Ugh. God, I hated Kikyo. With a flying purple passion, I hated Kikyo. It is ridiculous. And then in the timeline thing, too, the whole, Kagome was Kikyo's reincarnation. That really screwed me up with the whole butterfly effect and all that. And I'm like, what? Okay. I don't understand it. My brain is trying to hurt. I'm not even going to try to understand it. I just hate that bitch.
Yep.
Well, we'll just put it in there. I hate that bitch. So we're going to wrap up Inuyasha here to move on to our next one. So, would you recommend Inuyasha?
Believe it or not, yes, I would. I know that whenever I started watching it,
took a bit.
I had mixed emotions about it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little bit slow at the beginning. Give it a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You just give it a chance and try. Don't listen to what everybody else has to tell you. Just
form your own opinion of it.
And you were describing it to me, and the better way is just to watch it.
Mm-hmm. That's one of those animes that you can't really give justice by just description only. You have to watch it and form your own opinion of it.
Right. Because, as we're sitting here saying this and giving our synopsis and what we like and what we don't like, I still strongly suggest
you guys checking it out for yourself, because this podcast is very highly opinionated on what we think about these animes, and we're highly suggesting you guys go watch it, form your own opinion of it.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
maybe we could turn you on to different animes or something.
Who knows?
There you go. And I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
it's definitely on my recommend to watch list if you haven't seen it yet. And I
And
mean,
if you-
watch it if you can sit there for seasons on end. Watch it all the way through.
And if you can get through the trudge of it,
in the very beginning, you'll get it.
You'll like
pick
it.
up.
It will pick up.
All right, so our next anime is
Black Butler.
yeah, Black Butler. This one was one we did not know about at all, and we stumbled upon it on Netflix. And at the time when it was on Netflix, it was 2 seasons, and when we were watching it, the Netflix had screwed up a little bit on it and had season 1 episode 1, season 2 episode 1, and it just kept going like that. So we were watching it and it would just go, and it completely confused the ever-living hell out of us, because we were like, what's going on in this episode? What the hell is going on?
What did we miss?
Something
happened?
is wrong. What
Yeah.
are we missing? What's happening?
Yeah, what parts did we miss? What episodes did we miss?
Did we miss something in the last episode that we're not
Right.
understanding? And
And there was a lot of gaps.
It was, and it turned out it was a Netflix oops that they had set the way that they had set the player up.
Right.
It didn't.
And now
Now we've seen
I'm
it all the
pretty
way
sure
through.
it's fixed.
It is fixed now. So and it's still on Netflix.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to watch this one, it's basically about a boy who is has taken over his family heritage of the Phantom Hive toy factory. They started doing the candy factory. He's basically a really rich kid, but he's also a detective-esque kid too. He goes and solves crimes for the Queen of England.
Well, tell them what time period it's set in.
The time period it's set in is the Jack the Ripper and Sherlock Holmes time area. So you're not going to have the big technologies of the modern era. It's going to be set in the not so modern era. It's like before, like the London Bridge and all that, when it was falling and all. I think it was being built in it, if I remember. I don't remember.
I think there's an episode where you see part of it being
built or something. It's around in that time period. And it's just, and this kid loses everything, loses his parents, loses his home, sells his soul to a demon, and basically begins the journey all over again. And makes friends and, like, impacts people's lives, and has a whole bunch of paranormal, weird crap going on around him, too.
Right.
So, but he's all cool, calm, and collected most of the series.
Yeah.
Unless he has to wear a dress.
Yeah.
When he's made to wear a dress, he was not so happy.
No.
I mean,
I don't blame him.
There's kind of sort of yaoi hinted undertones, but it's not. There is no yaoi.
No.
There really isn't. They just do as a funny ha-ha to get you to go, oh my god, is this gonna, you know. If you're a yaoi fan, you're gonna be, aw, sad panda. If you're not a yaoi fan, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, alright, cool, I can keep watching this, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe.
I mean, even for me when watching it, there were some parts that I was like, wait, this is...
Whoa.
Alright, and then it would go and continue, and I would be alright.
And it has its comedic times, but it's also a darker anime.
Yeah, it does have its comedic times in it, but it is a very dark.
It's got even the color palette and everything of the animation is dark. It's not your bright, happy, peppy anime.
There are some characters that are happy, peppy, but yeah,
the whole overall storyline and everything is not so.
No.
It's very dark and demented. I mean, there's blood, there's gore, there's fighting, there's some maniacal what the hell is going on kind of thing. And it's really a really good anime. I mean, we were hooked on it the first 3 episodes. We normally give up animes about 3, maybe 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So if you guys suggest an anime to us that we haven't seen before, we're going to watch it before we do a podcast of it, mind you. And we're going to give it to at least 3 episodes. Now, if we can't get past the 3 episodes, we're going to, let you know, sorry, we tried. Double K, that KK anime.
Yeah.
We could not. We tried so hard. We even went 5 episodes.
And
we just could not get into it. We couldn't
get
understand.
Into it. Yeah.
So, if things like that happen, we're not going to cover an anime that we're not going to watch all the way through, because we're not going to be able to form an opinion of it. And we may just slash the whole thing and say, screw this anime.
Yeah.
And then some people may really like that anime. So rather than, be the bad guys, as it were, and a full wholehearted conversation. We're just gonna give it our good old Boy Scout try and go on.
Right.
But yeah, we definitely welcome you guys' suggestions for animes or anything, because yeah, that would definitely help, grow the podcast. What other? Well, we're gonna have a plan of maybe eventually, having guest speakers, but like it'll be probably a couple of our friends, do via Skype, or have them come over and record with us. But that won't be for a while. We're gonna try to get this set up.
So yeah, like we're saying, go ahead and make suggestions, and more than likely we'll give them a shot.
And tell us your favorites, your hated characters of the anime series that we're talking about. So this one you're going to talk about Inuyasha and Black Butler. What did you hate about the animes? What did you like about the animes? We love the feedback.
We love feedback.
We love to be able to talk to you guys, because you guys are what's going to make this work. So
yes.
Back with Black Butler here. So it was a dark, very twisted anime. Not so twisted as many of other ones as we've seen, but definitely a dark one.
A dark one, yeah.
So we're gonna go into our favorites. Favorite and
this time, who was your favorite?
I'm gonna start this off, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, it was a very close one, and I say close. The runner-up was Grell. Grell, he's a Grim Reaper, and he wears all red and considers himself a lady, which is really fun. And his signature thing is Bassy Baby, because he loves Sebastian. And the poor guy got demoted from a chainsaw badass scythe to little tiny scissors.
Yes.
Because he screwed up royally.
Yep.
And I think it was him and his little mistress or whatever. I don't remember what their relationship was. I think it was mistress, but I can't remember. Mistress
Red.
Lady Red, something
Lady
like
Red.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Where they were Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
And you guys got to see that one, because the way that they portrayed Jack the Ripper with that duo of characters, it was really dark.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa. It made me go, whoa, because it touched a topic of crazy what the hell.
And I've always liked Jack the Ripper as far as serial killers and that era. And I felt that was a very believable
twist on it. Yeah. I mean, they did really good with that one. I was like,
that
all right.
Could be possible. A male and a female change off of Jack the Ripper. I was
and her reasoning behind why she targeted them was great, because she was a doctor.
Yeah.
And
it makes perfect sense to me, because they still don't know who Jack the Ripper was. And one of them, one of the tales is saying that it was a doctor. So yeah, it was pretty believable in that aspect.
The other, so Grell was my close up of who my all-time favorite was,
right.
But Undertaker took it.
Oh yeah.
I love Undertaker. He's a Grim Reaper. He's the Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper. I'm getting too excited. He has the big old sigh and everything, and it's because you don't find out that he's a Grim Reaper until way later into the series.
Right.
And they're like, wait, why are you here? You're a what now? Holy crap. And he's like the best of them.
Yes.
And so he gets to come and go as he please. No one bats an eye. No one cares, because he's done his time tenfold. But he is what his namesake. He is an undertaker. He takes care of the corpses, gets all the nitty gritty of the dead, blah, blah, blah. And, so CL goes to him for information a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, from what they imply whenever he first shows up. And the way that Undertaker gives out said information is, in return, he wants to laugh.
Yeah.
You have to make me laugh. Give me one good joke, sir. I need to laugh. And it's I still want to know the damn joke that Sebastian told him, because he made everyone get out, because he said it was not good for kids to hear, or ladies, and the whole shop ends up in the sign almost falls off and it's shaking and everything, because he's laughing so hard. And then he's in this look of orgasm when they come back in, because that was a really good laugh. So I really, really love the Undertaker, and his character design is, it's
I thought it was funny that they made him want jokes to give out information. I thought that was just a really awesome concept.
Yeah, because, I mean, what else is a Grim Reaper going to want? He gets the nitty-gritty of the people anyway.
Right.
He sees their life story and tells them where the hell to go when they die.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much else that he could have or he would want but a laugh. Now, that's memorable.
And it's like you can't put a price tag on it.
No, you really can't. So I really liked The Undertaker because, yeah, he made that one for me.
I can understand because he came a close second to mine.
To yours? Who is your favorite?
My favorite is Sebastian.
Sebastian Michaelis. I'm one hell of a
butler.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can understand that one. So what really made you love Sebastian? Other than, well, he's hot. I'm going to just say that right out.
Well, the fact that, yes, he is a demon. Yes, he is a butler. And he's a really badass butler. But the fact that at whatever cost, he will protect, uplift, keep CL under, I can't say wrap, everything that he ever needs, Sebastian will give. If
100%.
if it means his own death, it doesn't matter. And I felt the dedication and his perseverance and the fact that he would go to that extreme. He's a badass character.
And it's all for a soul.
All for a soul, yes.
Yeah.
Just so he can be the one to devour that soul.
And no one else can have him but him. Oh, yeah.
That means that no one can kill him. No one can make him unhappy. No one can make him happy.
But Sebastian.
But Sebastian.
Oh, yeah. Understandable. So those are our favorites.
Right.
Now we're going to get into who we hate in this series, because we did have people we hate from this series.
Yes.
So I guess I'm taking the lead on that one.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. I hate this character. It's CL's opposite in the series. Please do not choke on your Dr. Pepper.
Please, you almost made me spit it out my nose.
Alois Trancy.
Oh.
I hated that little bastard.
And I think
that's all he was.
Yeah. I think that he was meant to be hated.
God, he is like my Dolores Umbridge. That little pissant. Oh my God, he pissed me off so much throughout the series. And he was designed to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the close second one was the Angel Chica.
Right.
She really royally kept pissing me off. But he took the whole freaking cake.
Yeah. I can understand that. He runs a very close second to mine.
Who's yours?
Elizabeth.
Aw, CL's fiance.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Why'd you hate her?
I guess besides her arrogance, her egotisticalness, where she comes in and just tries to take control. Beyond that, she broke. All right, to be his betrothed, she's got to know him. She knows where he came from, all of his trials and tribulations, everything that's gone on, except for the contract between Sebastian and CL.
Right. No one really knew about that.
Because nobody really knew. But going on that, she knew the family, she knew what had happened. She broke one of his prized possessions. And that almost crushed CL.
That was the ring that he got
The
from his
family
father.
ring.
Yeah.
And his father gave that to him right before he died.
Well, it was passed on to him. It was like a rightful heirloom. That his father didn't give
Right.
it to him. It was just passed along.
He gave it to him. And he kept that at the beginning there. It's one of his prized things. And then for her just to break it and don't see nothing wrong with it until she sees that he's upset.
And she gets slapped for it.
And then she gets the slap. They move on. But the fact
Sebastian
that...
fixes it, I think, didn't he?
No, he replaced it.
Oh, that's right.
Later on, she's right back to where she was at. She doesn't learn from it. And even then, she starts to criticize his family. And I think that's why I don't like her.
Yeah. Oh, that's understandable.
She doesn't learn from her mistakes.
No, she just
continues
keeps up
to
the
make
happy
more.
pappy.
Right.
Yeah.
She's a snob. Right? Fuck
A
that
very
bitch.
rich snob.
Yeah. Fuck her.
So, Black Butler,
Yes.
we both highly
Oh,
recommend.
yeah.
Oh, God, if you have not seen it, please go watch it.
Give it a shot.
The Japanese title for it was Kuroshitsuju. I can't say it right off the top of my head. Wow. I usually can type it right before I can say it right, but yeah.
I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, you don't do Japanese
Nope.
very well.
Nope.
He does better Chinese because he likes the Chinese culture.
Yes.
Whereas I like the Japanese culture, so I'm usually I can excel more on Japanese, and I will help him with names because sometimes he'll slaughter them.
Yeah, names will escape me.
Like, it's gonna be really funny when we cover an anime later on because he tried so hard he can't say this one particular name fast.
No, I
He has
had to practice it, and slowly I can get it.
If he
but
tries
fast,
to rush
nope.
through it, he doubles up on
Yep.
some, and it's freaking hilarious. And we'll reveal that when that happens.
Right.
But yeah, so we recommend Inuyasha. We recommend Black Butler. You guys, if y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. Oh,
Give them a
gosh.
chance.
Yes, you know it's.
Black
oh,
Butler is a lot faster than Inuyasha, but
and a lot darker.
give them both a chance. Give
Black
it.
Butler was only 2 seasons
Yeah.
long, where Inuyasha was 8 or 9.
Hell, even just give it the 2 or 3 episodes we always give it, an anime. Give it a shot. You'll see. Both of them, excellent. Very
Definitely.
excellent.
So, yeah, we're going to wrap up this podcast, guys. So, again, if y'all have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section down below.
Please give us suggestions.
'Cause
comments, whatever.
We'll take it, all of
Oh,
it.
yeah, all
if
of it.
you want to, remain anonymous or anything, or want to get a hold of us, ask us questions, more than welcome to ask us questions.
Get a hold of us on
And, I mean,
Facebook.
We can even do a podcast of where it's like getting to know Z and Orgy, too.
Yeah. No problem.
You can get a hold of us on our Facebook. The link is going to be down below. It's checked every day. Same with, we're going to use MagickDream@gmail.com.
Yep.
It's the email that I use for all the Magic Dream stuff, so it gets checked daily.
Every day.
Every single day. So, because I have it set up to the phone where it'll go off and it'll be like, oh, it's an email. So
And I'm
definitely.
right behind her on that. I check it every day myself.
So, and we're both going to be on the Facebook checking that one as much as we can. So, definitely, guys, thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so
And
much.
Thank you for all the support that you've given us over, the years of doing MagickDream Creations.
Yes, thank you.
It's
Thank
helped.
you immensely.
It has helped greatly from this humble artist and my manager,
Yes.
who happens to be a music sound tech musician himself.
Right.
Definitely has made this whole journey.
Y'all have made this possible. Thank you.
Yes, because we've been wanting to do something, and we were like, well, let's do a podcast.
Sure, why not?
We talk about these things all the time,
Yeah.
so why not?
Why
let
not
you
share
guys
them?
in on the conversations?
Yeah.
So we will wrap this up. Again, we're gonna have them every Friday. So we'll see you. We'll tune in actually, because we won't really have a video of us, because that's a whole lot of no. So tune in next Friday, and thanks for listening, guys.
Laters, guys.
Ja mata ne.